What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and today, it's that time once again, prediction time, but this time it is for, excuse me, it is predictions for NXT Stand and Deliver 2, and if you guys hear any music in the background, that is because I have Zelda's Lullaby from Ocarina of Time on YouTube on my Fire Stick. My mental health is kicking in again, so I do apologize. No copyrights. You guys know how this works with the algorithm, of course. But I'm gonna be honest. This card for Stand and Deliver is gonna be absolutely nothing compared to last year's event. Last year's Stand and Deliver, we saw how many matches did we have? We had 12 matches on the card. This one we have 7. So I'm assuming the show will probably be, let's see, they said they'll start at 10 in the morning here in the West. I'm assuming it will probably end at like 2 or something, so oofa. I'm assuming that might be the case. I'm not so sure, but last year's card was absolutely insane. All the titles were defended. We had, the NXT title was defended, the Cruiserweight title was defended, the Women's title was defended, the Tag Titles were defended, the North American title was defended, the NXT UK title was defended, the Women's Tag Team titles were defended. There was an unsanctioned match. We had a match that made no sense at all, and we had 2 other matches that made no sense at all, which was insane, which is pretty nuts. This card, not so sure, but excuse me. I must admit, this is going to be a very intriguing card. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 titles defended. So these are all the titles that will be defended. So all the championships in NXT will indeed be defended, and we have 2, and we also have 2 other one-on-one matches. One is based on respect. The other one is based on who is the true Dawn, if you will, of NXT. Kicking things off is obviously a match that was announced just yesterday, just last night on NXT. It is Toxic Attractions, JC Jane and Gigi Dolan versus the reunited team of Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. This is all based on the fact that last night Toxic Attraction attacked Wendy Chu, who was Dakota Kai's new partner and newfound friend, and Gonzalez was taken out with a knee injury at the hands of Toxic Attraction and a steel lead pipe. That being said, Gonzalez had returned to save Dakota Kai from being destroyed, literally from being attacked completely, and now they're going after the tag team titles again. This is interesting because we've all heard the old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but this one might be a little bit different. Because when Raquel Gonzalez became NXT Women's Champion last year at last year's Stand and Deliver, Dakota Kai was stupid jelly. She was stupid jelly, and she wanted a shot at the NXT Women's Title. So she ended up getting that opportunity. When was it? Because I know it wasn't at TakeOver in Your House. I want to say TakeOver 36, maybe? Yeah. So at NXT Takeover 36, we had Raquel Gonzalez versus Dakota Kai for the NXT Women's Title, and Gonzalez actually ended up pinning Kai with a Shingona bomb from the top rope to retain the NXT Women's Title, and that was the last time they ever saw competed against each other until the Dusty Cup. Yeah, until technically War Games, but still the Dusty Cup was basically when they last fought each other, and now we have this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not so sure if Gonzalez and Kai can coexist, given their history from last year. It's possible that they can win the titles, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. As crazy as it sounds, I really don't see them regaining the titles anytime soon. So I have to go with Toxic Attraction on this one, solely because of the fact that, again, Gonzalez and Kai fought over the NXT Women's Title last year, and they completely ripped each other apart last year at TakeOver 36. So I'm assuming that might be the case. So I'm assuming that they might not be able to coexist, but we will see. But I am still going with Toxic Attraction on this one. Next up, we have a match based on respect. It is LA Knight versus Gunther. I literally have to say it like that, otherwise he might give me a chop, thus putting me in a hospital. But I have to admit, this might be the sleeper of the match, because if you really think about it, LA Knight, his one and only championship in NXT was the $1 Million Championship. He won it last year. What was it? At Stand and Deliver? Was it? No, it was not. It was not. It was at TakeOver in Your House. Yes. It was at NXT TakeOver in Your House 2, where he defeated Cameron Grimes in a ladder match to win the $1 Million title, and then he ended up losing it not too long after that. Yeah, he ended up losing it at NXT TakeOver 36 to Cameron Grimes, and Grimes ended up relinquishing the title. Thus, the title is never to be seen again, or so we think. I'm gonna be honest with this one. This might not go as well as people think, because this is Gunther we're talking about here. Gunther is one of the most intense superstars in all of NXT. There's a reason why he's called the Ring General. It's because he is a true student of the game. He knows the ring inside and out, and he's been in the wrestling industry for I would say maybe 20 years at best. LA Knight, he's been around for a while, but he doesn't know that much. He doesn't know a lot about the ring like Gunther does. So it all comes down to who walks out the victor based on experience, if you will. Based on experience, if you will. So the question becomes, again, who has the advantage? The answer is Gunther. Gunther has the advantage because of the fact that he has more experience than LA Knight. But, of course, too, LA Knight has been known to try and spice things up a bit. Try to find ways to outmaneuver his opponents. But I have to go with Gunther on this one. This is going to be a nasty one, but I got to go with Gunther. Next up, I never thought I would actually be saying this, but we move on now to the NXT title between the challenger Braun Breaker and the champion Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, you heard me right. Dolph Ziggler is the NXT champion. He won the title at NXT Roadblock a few weeks ago, and Braun Breaker now has his quote unquote rematch for the NXT title. He was, I believe this is actually his rematch, his one rematch for the NXT title. Yeah, so this is interesting because with Braun's father, Rick Steiner, and his uncle, Scott Steiner, being inducted into the Hall of Fame this Friday, that might give him a massive advantage, unless if they don't allow him to induct the Steiners into the Hall of Fame, then otherwise it'd be bullshit. But with the Steiner brothers being inducted into the Hall of Fame this Friday, this gives Braun Breaker a massive advantage because his family is actually going to be in attendance. As far as what we've heard, apparently rumor has it that his family will be in attendance at Stand and Deliver in Dallas to watch his match with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler has been around for so many years, dating all the way back to when he was Kerwin White's caddy, if you will. If you guys remember that. Nasty. Absolutely stupid. He was also a male cheerleader, i.e. the Spirit Squad, and then he just became Dolph Ziggler not too long after that. So he's been around. For a while. He's a true student of the game, but he's still at the point in his career. There's nothing left for him to do. You might as well just put him in the Hall of Fame or something. But I think what WWE is trying to do is they're bringing in superstars from the main roster to help elevate NXT to heights we never thought possible. Like what they're doing with NXT UK. They did that. They've done that before, and they're currently doing that with NXT, as we now know that Roderick Strong of NXT's Diamond Mine will be challenging Ilya Dragunov for the NXT United Kingdom title on NXT UK in just I think next week, interestingly enough, I think it's next week. But that's gonna be a good one. But this matchup is going to be a battle between speed and agility versus strength versus speed and power, because Braun Breaker is one speedy dude. He is one quick dude. One spear, one power slam, blink and you miss it. Plain and simple. As I said before, Dolph Ziggler has a lot of experience has had a lot of experience in the ring. Braun Breaker has only been around for a minute, and he was instantly NXT champion. So the question becomes: Will the pressure of being in front of fans outside of Orlando get to Braun Breaker? That's the question. Will that kind of pressure get to him? The answer is no. I don't think that kind of pressure will get to him because of the fact that he was inside of War Games last December, and he ended up winning for the team. Obviously Grayson Waller will say, "Oh yeah, I was the one that won the team, that won for the team." He didn't win shit. Let's just be real on that. He did not win shit. Braun Breaker was the one that picked up that W, and even Carmelo Hayes knows that. Carmelo Hayes knows that because he was a part of that team as well. So who do I think is gonna win? It's hard to say. A part of me wants to say Dolph Ziggler just based off of experience alone, but Braun Breaker is one hungry son of a bitch, and he will do whatever the hell it takes to get that title back. So I gotta go with Braun Breaker on this one. Oh, I almost forgot about this one. We also have now it's been made a fatal 4-way. I have to fix that on in my book here. Hang on. Gotta fix it. Good thing I have an eraser. It's a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Title. Hang on, guys. I'm actually writing it in my book right here. Between the champion, Mandy Rose, and our challengers, Cora Jade, Kaylee Ray, and Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Title. Hang on. Let me do it on my... right here next to me. Let's see. Actually, I will fix that. I'll fix that later. I'll fix it later. But this is really interesting because if you guys are wondering how it became a fatal 4-way, Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai ended up winning the 2022 Women's Dusty Cup by defeating Dakota Kai and Wendy Chu, which was a hell of a match in my opinion. And Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai teamed up for the sole purpose of destroying Toxic Attraction because because Cora Jade said it best last night on NXT that she has no dignity, she has no respect for NXT, for WWE. So Cora Jade wants to be the one to beat the respect into her. But Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai, they got other plans. So it's quite the interesting matchup to say the very least. But this will come down to who wants it more. Is it Mandy Rose? Is it Cora Jade? Is it Kaylee Ray? Or is it Io Shirai? I think honestly, the one person that needs this the most is Io Shirai, because if you guys remember last year, because if you guys remember back in 2020, she was the NXT Women's Champion. She defeated Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair at NXT TakeOver in Your House to win the title and held it up until I think up until Stand and Deliver last year, where she lost the title to Raquel Gonzalez, and she never got. I don't think she, as far as I remember, she never got her rematch for the title. She never got it. She never got her rematch, and now she's finally getting her rematch, but it's in a fatal 4-way. So who do I think is going to win this one? As I said before, Io Shirai definitely needs this win, but I think it's going to come down to the fact that Toxic Attraction will indeed get involved, and Mandy Rose is going to weasel her way into a victory, and she's going to steal it. So I gotta go with Mandy Rose on this one. And speaking of weasels, we move on to the NXT Tag Team Titles as Imperium's Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel will defend against MSK and Diamond Mines, the Creed Brothers. This is very interesting because the Creed Brothers defeated MSK to win the Dusty Cup. No one knows who attacked the Creed Brothers. I know that Wade Barrett thinks that it was MSK, but if you guys remember the video pack, if you guys remember, there were two guys in black hoodies that defaced Diamond Mines, dojo, and they were wearing dress shoes. I know exactly who they are. In my opinion, I might have an idea. It might be NXT UK's Pretty Deadly, which is the team of Sam Stoker and Lewis Howley. I think it's them because they have been a part of NXT UK NXT UK for the last part of 3 years, I think, for 3 years, and they're now being jump shipping over to NXT. it has to be them. It could also be the Grizzled Young Veterans as well, which is a possibility, but I still think it's pretty deadly. We'll find out. We will find out once Stand and Deliver does come to pass, but who knows? But it just comes down to who wants it more. Just like the Fatal 4-Way, this one it comes down to who wants it more, and I think it's the Creeds. The Creed brothers need this more than anything, not because of the fact that, not because they're doing it for Diamond Mine, but it's the fact that they want to do this. They want to win the titles to cement their legacy, to etch their names in history as one of only a few teams in NXT to not only win the Dusty Cup, but also win the NXT Tag Team titles, which has happened several times before. In fact, I think actually, as a bit of an Easter egg to you guys, what was it, TakeOver New Orleans? Yeah, I believe TakeOver New Orleans was where we saw the Authors of Pain, the Undisputed Era, which was Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, Bebe, and Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. And it was a triple threat. It was a triple threat match. I believe Strong and Dunne had made it to the finals, I believe. I don't remember what happened, but they made it a triple threat match. So the winners would not only get the Dusty Cup, but also the tag team titles in the exact same match, which was pretty nuts. But yeah, the Creed brothers want to cement their names as one of only a few teams to win the Dusty Cup and the tag team titles as well. So they need this match. MSK never. I don't think MSK ever got their rematch for the tag titles. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me check on Instagram. I think even if they did, I would assume that it probably would have been at Vengeance Day. Seriously, my phone is being stupid. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they never got they never got their rematch for the tag team titles. So this would be this would be perfect for MSK to have Imperium and the Creed brothers beat the hell out of each other, and they pick up the victory, plain and simple. But with Imperium, they're crafty. They are very crafty. They know what to do in the ring. I think Imperium might be the ones to pull it off, but I gotta go with the Creed brothers on this one. I think the Creeds need this more than anything. Next up, we have a match based on respect. Who is the Dawn of NXT 2.0? Is it Tommaso Ciampa? Or is it Tony D'Angelo? That is the big question here. Who wants this? Who needs it more? The answer, it's not Tommaso Ciampa. It is actually Tony D'Angelo. The reason why I say it's Tony D'Angelo is because Tommaso Ciampa has done everything that there is to do in NXT. He's a two-time NXT champion. He's a former NXT Tag Team champion. He's beaten some of the very best in NXT, the likes of Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Seth Rollins, just to name a few. Guys that he worked with in NXT when it was back when it was black and gold. He's beaten them all, so he has nothing left to do in NXT except face Tony D'Angelo. And win or lose, he's done. Win or lose, he's done. He is done with NXT. I think his time is up. 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. I had to count on my fingers to see about that, because he said that they started on September 9th, 2015. So 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 7 years. He's been a part of NXT for 7 years, and he believes his time in NXT is up. Do I believe it? No, I don't think so, because there's still the North American Championship that he could still win. But honestly, as big of a fan as I am of Ciampa, I think it's Tony's. I think it's Tony D'Angelo's time. So I gotta go with I gotta go with Tony D on this one. And then last up, we've got the ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. It is Carmelo Hayes, the champion, versus Legado del Fantasma's Santos Escobar, the Street Champion, Solo Sikoa, the loudmouth jackass, Grayson Waller, as I call him, the loudmouth jackass, as I call him, and of course, Cameron Grimes. This is actually a match that Grimes needs to win, because he said it himself, that he got signed to NXT, and he told his father about it, and his father passed not too long after that, and he wants to win the North American title for him. As far as Grayson Waller, he just wants the title for, just for views, which is stupid, absolutely stupid. Solo Sikoa, he wants to etch his name in history as a champion in NXT. Santos Escobar, on the other hand, will always be Santos Escobar no matter what. But Carmelo Hayes, he wants to prove that he is the A champion in NXT, and he wants it to be undeniable. So the question becomes, who wants this more? Who truly wants it? The answer is Cameron Grimes, because if he loses at Stand and Deliver, there's no telling what will be next for him. But Grayson Waller, again, as I said, he only wants the title just to prove how obnoxious he is. Because he is that obnoxious. I'm just going to be real, he's an asshole. I'm being real, he's an asshole. Plain and simple. Solo Sikoa, Solo Sikoa is a beast. Escobar, extremely crafty. But it all comes down to who wants it more, and the answer is Cameron Grimes. So I have to go with Cameron Grimes based on the fact that he wants to do it for his family, for his father, and that right there is respect. So that brings me to the question of the day. Among the card as it sits, what are your predictions for NXT Stand and Deliver 2? Let me know in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more premium live event prediction videos, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And again, I don't do these often. They happen like once or twice a month. You guys know how it works. And as always, make sure you guys follow me on my social media. The links will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. If you guys want to send fan mail, you guys want me to open it up on the channel, it is all in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.